Welcome to our video series on the integrated algebra Regents. Now, even if this test isn't continued for very long or comes under a different name, this video series will focus on state test problems related to algebra, which should always be useful more or less. And here we have our first page with our instructions. This is the June 2010 test, and there's some standard instructions here, but here's the guidelines of the exam. The examination has 4 parts with a total of 39 questions. And there's multiple choice, that's part 1, right? And there's part 2, part 3, and part 4. And those answers go directly in the booklet they give you. All work should be done in pen, except for graphs and drawings, which should be done in pencil. And moving forward, the formulas we may need are given at the end of the examination. It's a sheet of paper, right, with all the formulas on it that you might need, and I'll show it to you in a moment. But they do give you some graph paper, some scrap paper. The answer key looks something like this, right? You would write your answers in for part 1. Notice it's not a bubble in test. You write down the answer, you write down your choice. And the reference sheet, it's pretty helpful. It gives you some basic trigonometric ratios, area of a trapezoid, volume of a cylinder, surface area, and the formula down here for slope. So it gives you some basic formulas to work with on the exam, and that's something they will give you. So my design on this video series is to basically just do one problem per video. I'll start and work my way through part 1 and then go into part 2. They're meant to be short videos to help you directly with a specific problem. So let's start with our first problem. This is part 1, and what we have here is that we're given 2 sets. There's set U, right, and set B. And in set U, you see the letters here, and I'll write them larger in case you can't see. Set U is equal to the letters S, O, P, H, I, A, Sophia. So now what that means, of course, a set is a group, and this group is just composed of these letters, S, O, P, H, I, and A. And that's what this group is. Now there's also set B, and set B is a subset of U. It says it right here. And all that means is that set B is a smaller group made from set U, and this consists of the letters A, I, and O. They want to know what is the complement of set B. So the complement with set theory here says to pick the letters in set U that are not included in set B. Right? Set B gives you A, I, and O, and they want to know the complement. In other words, what letters are still in set U that are not given here in set B. In the most simplest terms, basically, after we cross out A, which is in set B, I, which is also in set B, and O, the complement would be what's left over. In this case, S, P, and H. And if we look at our choices here, they write it in different order, but number 4, HPS, is the same answer. So for the first one, that would be the answer. Hope it helped.